Right, hello everyone, welcome to this video. Just want to go over the EU and GU trades from earlier. So the EU trade, obviously we were in this daily fair value gap like so. We had a stop run of this low here, and then we also had a stop run of this low here, and then we also closed above this 1 hour bearish fair value gap, which I like. So we had everything here for basically an A+ setup. Like, we couldn't have asked for much more on this setup, essentially, because had a stop run inside the hard time frame key level. We've also had another stop run, so we have two stop runs. We've displaced higher, closing above bearish PDOAs, creating bullish PDOAs, and then if we go to DXY at the time, we done the same thing. We had a stop run inside the 4 hour propulsion block, which I spoke to you all about in the video yesterday. So yeah, I had a stop run inside the 4 hour propulsion block, traded lower, creating an order block, closing below this 1 hour fair value gap. Then obviously traded lower, but then we just came into this 1 hour fair value gap, and this 4 hour fair value gap then essentially went higher. So what could we have done to avoid this loss? First of all, we could have waited for closure below this 4 hour fair value gap, and then if we go to EU, this 4 hour fair value gap as well. So if we just delete these to clear it out. So yeah, you can see how we basically respected the 4 hour fair value gap. So something that we could have done better was wait for a 4 hour candle closure, especially because it was a Monday and London session. Just be a little bit more patient, because if we close below this, that would show us signs that okay, we'd get a retest and then go lower. But obviously, as you can see, we respected it. So that's the EU trade. There's not much more to it. Like, the rest of the trade was literally fine. We had everything, stop run, we had an order block form. Like, I was happy taking this trade because there was everything there for this trade to be an A+ setup. Just going back over it, the only thing is potentially we could have just waited for the 4 hour closure. Going on to the GU trade, as I discussed yesterday, the blue box is a daily propulsion block, which you should all know because it was in the Outlook video. On the 1 hour pre-London, we had a stop run of this low here inside the daily propulsion block. We obviously created an order block with this candle here. We then traded up higher, we traded back into this order block, traded above these down close candles, so that created a propulsion block on the 1 hour. And once I seen we had a wick up and then closed bearish, and then also another candle that failed to essentially close above this high here. Once we got down here and I was only 0.5% down, I didn't want to hold the trade any longer, simply because the feedback we got wasn't good. It was really bad. A propulsion block shouldn't be having struggles closing above a previous high here. So yeah, that is essentially why I closed GU. Same sort of thing, we had everything here. We had a stop run, order block, propulsion block inside a daily key level. We just didn't get the follow through from the propulsion block that we wanted. And it's as simple as that, really. So the two trades we took today, they weren't bad trades. So even though we're down 1.5% for today, and I'm pretty sure it puts us at minus 4.4% for the month. Yeah, so 0.5, I'm yet to do this yet. minus 4.4% for the month, which with 1-2 trades we could easily be back profitable for the month easily. So, but also we could have our first losing month for the Discord, which is completely normal because you're not going to win 12 months out of a year. So also expect that as well. So yeah, that's sort of it for the GU and EU trades. I'm honestly a little bit unsure on what price is going to do now. I don't actually know, because if we look at EU, I can see we look quite bearish, and depending on how the daily close, it looks like we could close below this bullish fair value gap and create an inverse fair value gap. But then if you go to GU, obviously we could close below the 50% of the daily propulsion block, which is a possibility. Then also UJ has been ripping higher. If we look at DXY, obviously we've gone higher as well. So we do have to take into consideration that we are in a weekly fair value gap, plus this is a weekly propulsion block. So we could just go for these highs again. That is definitely a big possibility going into this week, especially as we do have NFP coming up. But gold, we didn't get anything on gold. I think it comes with a 4-hour fair value gap. This looks like order block, respected the order block. Looks like we're just going to trade lower now, take out this low and like these lows like I mentioned before. One pair that I do like the look of for tomorrow is GBP ORD. Why? Some of you may be asking why. Let me get rid of these down here. So if we look what we've done here, inside a daily fair value gap, as you can all clearly see, a stop run of this low inside. So we've had a stop run inside a daily fair value gap, and then after that has occurred, we obviously create an order block after closing above this down close candle. Friday we traded into the order block, and then it looks like today, obviously we still do have 2 hours 55 of the current candle. It looks like today we are going to get a bullish propulsion block. So I will definitely be watching GBP ORD tomorrow. Obviously this could send during Asia because of the Aussie in the pair, but today we have literally gone up from market open. So I'd like to see some form of retracement, maybe below this week low. Well, sorry, this low here, because you could class this as a strong low because we did have a small stop run here, but it would be ideal to see if we could come below this low and then make structure and go higher, because this is also a 4-hour fair value gap. So yeah, definitely watching GBP ORD tomorrow. Ideally we close above this wick here. That would be an even stronger confirmation for me that okay, this could go higher, simply because then otherwise this could be a stop run and then we go lower. So yeah, if we get closure above this, above Thursday the 13th of November high, I will definitely be looking for longs on GBP ORD tomorrow. Let's just have a look at the economic calendar to see if we have anything. Oh, Trump speaks. So what's that? That's 3 AM Dubai time. So yeah, this could be interesting. We'll have to see what we get there. But okay, so tomorrow we just have Aussie, which is an orange folder meeting. So yeah, potential for this tomorrow. Like I said, the 4-hour fair value gap looks prime. Well, looks like it could be the area for me to look like we could go higher. So yeah, definitely let's keep our eye on this going into tomorrow, but we need certain things to occur before that happens first. I want a daily closure above this high, then obviously hopefully Asia doesn't just send it higher and higher and higher. But this will be my main focus for tomorrow. I will see how we wake up tomorrow morning on DXY, because right now I don't actually know. Like here we left equal lows like to the pip, so yeah, I'm just unsure. And there's not even been any stop runs on the 1 hour in this whole move up, so yeah, not like here where we've had a stop run and gone lower. Obviously we've had highs here and traded lower. Let's have a look at bonds. Bonds have consolidated today, so yeah, that doesn't help us at all. Obviously GP JPY would have been nice. I was looking at this order block, but obviously price went, so we missed that trade. So yeah, that's sort of done for now. If we get a closure above the Thursday the 13th high, maybe tomorrow we can look for like an open, low, high close going into this high. That is definitely something as well. But yeah, GP ORD will be the focus for me tomorrow, especially if we form this daily propulsion block. But apart from that, for me personally, the markets aren't looking too exciting. Obviously on DXY, if we do close above this down close candle, that would be an order block after coming into a weekly fair value gap. So yeah, it's looking more like DXY is going to be bullish, if anything, because obviously we do have to take into consideration the weekly fair value gap, the weekly propulsion block. Sorry if I'm repeating myself a minute, but I'm literally just recording this off the cusp, just basically thinking out loud what I'm thinking, which will probably help some of you guys, because you may have the same thoughts. You may be thinking, oh, what's Tom actually thinking? So yeah, I'm literally just going off the cusp here and just saying what I'm seeing. But to me, it does look like we're going to have a bullish DXY. And if we do have a bullish DXY, I'd probably say bearish EU over GU. Obviously we came into a rejection block. We could use this as our higher time frame key level, potentially something like this, so go a bit lower into the rejection block, and then we could go higher from there. We don't know. Obviously we have to take into consideration that the market could just be stalling for NFP, because we have NFP on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday at 1:30 UK time, so there is a high chance that until then we could just chop around, because I'm not sure how this works with the government reopening. I don't know if we're going to have like a crazy NFP. Like, I don't really know how it all works, but we do have to take this into consideration. But yeah, apart from that, I don't really see much else on the charts. Maybe we could pop up into the daily fair value gap on gold, but have a feeling this could just melt, just because there's a lot of people probably buying from this daily fair value gap. And if you look at the 4 hour, we're sort of just grinding lower, and even on the 1 hour it doesn't look like we want to return up here at all, because every time we go bullish we just instantly go back down. Like these two candles, bullish, instantly back down, bullish, dead back down. So I have a feeling this could maybe go into tomorrow and just melt maybe into 4,000, but we'll have to see on that one. But yeah, any questions, please do let me know, and yeah, we'll see what we get tomorrow. There's no need to worry about anything. Obviously we're minus 4.4% down. It is literally nothing. We've been in this situation many times before. 1 3 hour winner, we're basically out of drawdown. The main thing is now though, you don't do anything stupid. You just have to follow the rules and it will get you out of drawdown. That's all you have to do. You can't be doing anything stupid, nothing like that. And like I said, this could be the first lose month of the Discord, and if that happens, it happens. Like, I've owned up to every loss I've taken. I've done a video breaking down why I took the loss, and yeah, so we can't do anything apart from that. But one thing I do need to work on is having some more winners, because 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 losses out of 10 trades isn't what I want. I want to be winning a bit more than this. So yeah, this is something I do need to work on, because at the end of the day, I'm still human. Like, my psychology still gets affected when I take a loss. I just don't do anything stupid when I do take a loss, but still I sometimes sit there thinking, like, oh god, like my win rate's not very high, stuff like this. So don't think like I'm taking these losses and not being affected by it all. I still get the emotions that all you guys will be thinking, and I will get this better. That is my goal now, to get a better win rate, even if that means we take less trades. I'd rather take less trades and lose less than take more trades and lose more, if that makes sense. So yeah, definitely something I need to work on. But just little things like being a bit more patient and waiting for higher time frame levels to be disrespected, because even if we got a closure above here on the 4 hour, we still got a big move up. We've still got 55 pips to work with before getting in, as you see. So yeah, definitely something I need to work on. But this is the life of a trader. Like, you always have to learn, you have to adapt, you have to evolve, because if you don't, the market will just eat you up. And the thing I need to get better at is not losing as much. My risk management's fine. I don't over risk, I don't like over leverage, nothing like that. It just makes it a bit more stressful trying to end the month profitable when your win rate is not the highest. Obviously, I'm not saying I'm going to get a 90% win rate, but if we go to the statistics, 2025, we're on a 40% win rate right now. If I can even get this to a 50-60% win rate, that will make my life much easier, and also it'd be better for you guys, because obviously I send out the trades. So yeah, that's basically what my goal is now, and it will come over time. And yeah, let's just see where we end up, but just trust the process and follow the plan, and we'll be absolutely fine. I'm sure of it. But yeah, I hope you've all had a good start to the week, and we'll see where we end up the week. We can make 10 hours the rest of the week. You honestly don't know. But yeah, have a good evening all, and I'll speak to you all London session tomorrow. Thank you.